ばんは、バイオコアラです。シンキングシティ続きやっていきます。さあ、次はね、大学へ行きます。てかもう来ました。はい。オークモント大学ね。ユニバーシティです。入り口、人がいますね。クローズってなってるけど。
Welcome to the University of Oakmont. How can I help you?
また濃いキャラが。
Looking for Professor Westerbrook. You know where I can find him?
どちらに
You're the one bringing him this specimen?
生体シール。
Oh, never mind. He's in the Department of Medicine. Let me show you.
You recognize this bottle?
医学部にいます。
Sorry. We have hundreds of bottles like this in the university.
Fine. I need to know what's in it. Any suggestions?
You need an analysis. I'm sure someone from the Department of Medicine can help there.
You have a good day.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, sir. 医学部か。こっちですね。割と近い。医学部やね。誰かいる。
Hello, sir. Welcome to Oakmont University Department of Medicine.
サミュエルさん。
I'm Samuel.
Charles Reed, private investigator. I have a few questions if you don't mind. You recognize this bottle? Maybe you could tell me what's inside.
That's one of our lab bottles. We have a lot of them. As for what's inside, I'd need to run some tests.
Could you do that for me?
These tests aren't cheap. And the other day I could get right to it, but we're somewhat hindered right now.
邪魔者。
What's up?
Our lab is crawling with, well,
うようよですか。
Professor Westerbrook's research
ちょっ
is a
とず
little
つシナリ
unconventional.
オ内で戦闘が増えてきましたね。
Really wrong.
So, if I
私が何
do
とか
pest
しよう。
control for you, you'll run those tests for me. For free?
Our budget is tight. You'd be helping the cause of science, Mr. Reed. Isn't that enough?
Oh, I guess science could help itself.
All right. Yes. You solve our problem, and I'll run the test for you. Off the books. Here's the key for the basement. Welcome to the Department of Medicine.
なんとかしましょう。で、どこだ？下か。持てない。弾が持てない。セーブしとこう。ダゴン秘密教団。これは持てない。これも弾ですね。あかん。まあ、行こう。うようよか。いないな。いんのか。火炎瓶。来た。いた。おいしょ。ほっ。問題ない。一匹じゃん。うようよって。あいつがうようよ。
I'm glad this thing is dead. Why do they even keep it here?
うん。実験記録。マットって言うとダメですね。こいつらがカッポしてるんで。ジリリリリン。
What kind of person would even touch this? Not to mention dissect it.
教授が変わり脳みそできんのかいない。持てません。隠し通路もなしね。なんかこっち一部2枚目さん。
I wonder what would happen if I press this button.
非常ベルなんでね。
Or shouldn't I? I'm glad this thing is dead. Why do they even keep it here?
こいつね強いんですよ。何もないか。
Your lab is certified creature-free.
Excellent, Mr. Reed. You've done us a great favor. Now we can get things up and running again.
Okay. I've done my part. Here's the bottle. Now you run those tests.
Yes. Wait here. It shouldn't take long. We finished that analysis, sir. It's ricin.
Ricin.
A highly toxic poison extracted from castor beans. It's slow acting, but absolutely
遅
fatal
効
to
性
humans.
ですが致命的です。
How can you tell if someone's been poisoned with ricin?
The symptoms take several days to develop. At first, it's like a common cold, but over several days, well, it develops into hemorrhage, internal organ failure, and death. It's not a pleasant way to die.
So, where do you get ricin?
Yeah,
This isn't something you can pick up from a drugstore.
About that. It is rare, but we have a certain amount of it here for study in
ここ
our
にもあり
poison
ま
store.
す。ありまし
Or we
た。
did. I'm afraid that must be where it came from. The label had been tampered with, but it certainly looks like ours. Where did you find it?
Crime scene. Someone was trying to poison a bunch of fish with it.
This is horrible. I need to warn everyone in the university about this.
Who's got access to where the poison's stored?
Only Professor Westerbrook has the key. His office is upstairs, right alongside Professor Cavendish's. Professor Westerbrook's not here, though. He's been sick for the last few
病気
days.
でお休み中で
Professor
す。
Cavendish is away as well, on vacation.
Where do they live?
I'm not sure, but probably somewhere in Advent. Most of the teaching staff
と
live
ベン
there.
トのどこか。
Wait, you don't think it was one of them?
I'm working on that. Can you let me upstairs?
入れてもらえる？
Well, all right. This is serious. I'll help you.
いじらないでくださいね。
But please don't disturb the
建
professor's
前は
peace.
ね。
I'd like to know a bit more about your professors.
What do you want to know?
I want to know more about Westerbrook.
He's the head of our department. He's been here for, well, at least 30 years. He's one of the longest-serving
お
staff we
偉いさん
have.
ですね。
As you've already seen, he's particularly interested in the wild beasts that
怪獣。
recently appeared in our city.
Yeah, that's quite the unique fauna you have there.
I've no idea how he did it, but Mr. Throgmorton's men brought him live specimens for his research. He thinks he's on the verge of a breakthrough in
スロ
evolutionary
グ
theory,
モートンさん
a secret that once revealed will benefit all humankind.
Some secret should stay buried. 6 feet
そっ
under.
としといた方がいいこともあるんですけどね。
Not a man of science, are you? It's not about why, it's about what if.
What can you tell me about Professor Cavendish?
He's one of the most brilliant teachers we have here. A PhD at only 25. Just imagine. His biochemistry studies are second to none, worthy of a Nobel Prize. If he could complete his work.
What's his problem?
I don't know. There's some kind of family trouble. It's made him standoffish and irritable, and easily distracted. I hope he gets through whatever he's going through. We need his talent, especially in these dark times.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Can you fill me in on ricin again?
Of course.
There's some kind of cure for ricin?
I'm afraid not. Once it's in your system, it's a death sentence.
治らないのか。
I'll see you later.
了解。ウェスターブルック。ないな。しゃがんじゃった。他には何もござらぬか。玉。持てなかった。持てねえ。玉。2階か。南京錠光ってる。うわ。
These bottles look exactly the same as the one with the poison.
Ricin. Hmm? Oh.
This should be good enough to make a decent copy.
超ハゲで月光を反射するほどのハゲです。エドウィン。持ってないでしょ。どこか。よいしょ。巻き羽1個。アドベントのどこかに住んでる。
I'll see you later.
間違えた。アドベントのどこかに住んでいる。広いね、アドベントね。
Want?
Just wanted to say hi. I'm new in town.
Oh, how nice
こ
for
のアドベ
you.
ントの市役所に来ま
If
し
you
た。
need to look anything up in our archives,
ちょっと
get
ね、
in
編集しくっ
line
たん
like
で、
everybody else.
撮り直します。
Well, if that's the way it is, then
レ
that's
ッ
the
ツ
way
が
it is.
ないけど、
Good.
まあ、
I'm glad we understand each other.
Bye.
逆らわない方がいい。市役所に 住所を調べるなら市役所です。で、ここのカーペンターとコンスティューションホール下ですね。あそこか。はい。というわけで飛んできました。ここを探すのに1時間ぐらいさまよったんです。1回来たんですけど、どうぞ無料です。市役所でちゃんと調べないと入れなかった。ね。南京錠か。すごいな、探偵。
Judging by the layer of dust on it, this ring hasn't been worn in a long time. So why keep it around?
なんか揉めてたって言ってましたね。薬莢。ウェスターブルック教授のまとめ。EOD の
This Cavendish guy did an impressive investigation, and the EOD is in the center of all of it. This Cavendish guy did an impressive investigation, and the EOD is in the center of all of it.
EOD はとにかく怪しいって話ね。
The door won't budge.
I loved you. I always loved you.
写真を焼いたってことが推測できるのか。すごいな、探偵って。
A lot of fancy dresses locked away in a dark corner for a long time. I'm starting to smell some deep family trauma here.
You will never understand our cause. My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George. George, I can't live like this anymore. There's something I have to tell you.
I don't care what your damn EOD cult demands, Anna! I thought the child was mine. Mine!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
George?
I don't care what your...
You will never understand our cause. My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George.
George Cavendish. He had a wife named Anna. She had a baby that was not his, but blessed by the sea and claimed by the EOD.
恐怖心者か、ノバ。めまいが。いつものとこじゃない。あ、顔だね。だ。
Who are you?
帰ってきた。
What are you doing here?
お、ツンツルツンやね、本当に。
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator.
チャーリーです。
Right now, you look like someone who's breaking into my house. A
まあ
burglar.
まあ、鍵壊し
Explain
てるしね。
yourself.
Easy there. Anna from the fish market asked me to find you. You know her, right?
I should have guessed. I know her much better than you think. What does she want from me now? She already took everything I have.
It's not about what she wants. It's about what you did. Poisoning the fish. Sound familiar? Yeah, I can prove you did it.
Hold on. Before you jump to conclusions, I want you to know that I had a good reason to do what I did.
毒
It
を
all comes back to
理
Anna.
由がある。
Oh, this should be fun. What's your good reason for poisoning innocent people? You know the EOD are feeding the hungry, don't you?
No, that's exactly the problem. They're not doing it out of charity. They do it to spread their influence and recruit new members. Some of those initiates, as they call them, vanish without a trace. And not just them,
誘拐して
they
んの
kidnap ordinary folks
それは
too.
いかんけど。
And poisoning the fish would prevent this. How?
No, you
そう
see,
なんだよ。
not everyone in this city believes in the EOD yet. They have opposition among the citizens, both rich and poor. A rumor of the EOD's fish being poisonous and several incidents would be enough to undermine the EOD by sparking fear and mistrust.
いやいやいやいや。いやいやいやだよ。
There must be another way to deal with the EOD. Like, if their crimes are that obvious, why don't you just go to the police?
They're resourceful, those sons of hagfish. They maintain a squeaky clean image, and Kay, they're good at it. I tried going to the police. They were no help at all. And I'm not suicidal enough to make it public and take them to court.
What's Anna got to do with all this?
As you might have already gleaned,
いい
she
ヒゲだ。
was my wife.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it all starts to come together now.
The EOD robbed me of her. It all started with the free fish. We were all short on food at the time, and then they hooked her with their nonsense about the benevolent sea and greater good. I looked past it for some time, but then,
She became pregnant.
yes. At first, I was over the moon. But then one day she came to me, that snake, and told me that the child was not
う
mine.
ん、宗教怖いですね。
Blessed by the sea. That it was demanded by the EOD. Doom take them! I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't.
What did she mean? Blessed by the sea.
What do you think is the cause of Innsmouth syndrome in people?
Living in Innsmouth?
That K-forsaken place has nothing to do with it. It comes from breeding with monsters. These sea creatures they call Deep Ones. They take our women and they spoil them with their seed. Then they give birth to degenerate fish-faced offspring.
なんで知って
Where did you learn all this? This information about the EOD?
After Anna left, I had nothing. But I did have a lot of time to research Innsmouthers, the EOD, and the story behind them. It is an old and powerful organization. They appeared back in the mid-19th century in Innsmouth, and the first people with the Innsmouth syndrome started showing up around that same
インスマートシン
time.
ドローム。
Ah, perhaps not coincidentally.
No, of course not. And the EOD is immensely rich. The sudden rise to power of the Blackwood family happened right after they joined them.
So what's your next move?
I was interrupted and couldn't finish my task. The EOD received a fresh haul of fish, but now they're on alert and raised their guard. I understand I'm in no position to ask. But after reviewing all the facts I've presented to you, Mr. Reed, would you agree to help me?
Keep talking. Now, what is it you want from me?
Poison the rest of the fish. It's spreading, but it's not enough.
え
The
え
EOD trusts you enough to deal with me, so it should be simple for you. My agent inside the EOD reports that they've just received a fresh haul. That's your target.
それはできないな。毒は入れれないな。この二者択一嫌ですね。
You're a madman, Cavendish. You're willing to let
殺しちゃ
innocent
ダメだ。
people suffer and die just to get revenge on your ex-wife. No, this madness has to stop. And I'm gonna put an end to it right now.
Oh, no, no. You don't understand.
違わんやろ。誠実な事件か。ジョージは EOD を破壊した。とはいえね。はい。毒ね。ちょっと危ないよ。お、殴られた。あ、もうあかんのか。改心させたい。よいしょ。ちょっと考えようよ。速攻振動。まあしゃあないか。さあ、ご報告タイムですね。了解。飛ばします。よっと。
Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny.
I found the poisoner and dealt with him. He
殺
won't
しまし
bother
た。
you anymore.
See, bless you, Charlie. That's great news. Who was it?
Well, see, now that's the interesting part. It was your ex-husband, George
キャベンディッシュだっ
Cavendish.
たよ。
Well, that
Don't
son of a
you
rotten
Gumsco.
shark finally got what was coming to him. Good riddance. Still, it's strange. I never thought he'd have the
そんなこと
guts
する
to do
根
something
性
like
って。
this. He was always
す
a
ごいな、このお
pushover.
ばちゃん。
You're taking this remarkably well for a woman who just found out her ex-husband was a poisoner.
ですよね。
He's nobody to me. The EOD is my family now. We serve a higher purpose than he could ever grasp.
ちょうどいい、ちょうどいい解決方法は
You've
ない
done
の
us
か。
both a huge favor by relieving him of the burden of his miserable existence. Well done, Charlie.
All right. No more messing around. Get me in touch with your grand poobah or whoever's in charge. Now.
よし、お
Easy
偉いさん。
there, Charlie. I'm a woman of my word. Go to the basement of the fish market. It's nearby. You'll find an
Oh.
insmouther there by the name of Maurice.
モリス
Tell
さ
him
ん
I've
ね。
sent you.
はい。
You'll get your answers.
About time.
Glad to see you again.
おーい。下ですね。こっちじゃない。
This used to be an okay place to live.
ここか。アイテム取れないな。
Door won't budge.
そういった。やばいやばい。ちょっと待ってちょっと待って。やばい。おれ。嘘。怖かった。は。こいつを殺せ。誰が悪で誰が正義か。まさかだね。なんかおった。
Hey,
あ、
Mr. Reed.
さっきのやつや。
Do I know you, buddy?
Not yet, but I know you. I also know you're looking for a particular lady. My name's Fred. You're looking for Professor Lowe, ain't that right? The scientist the order kidnapped. I think we can help each other.
How do you mean? You know where she is?
Slow down, buddy. Helping each other is not the same as let me just tell you everything.
Nothing's
Well,
right
you
in
can't-
this city, is it? Figures. All right. Shoot.
You won't regret it. You've seen some of this city now, am I right? You've in England what's coming? I want out of the order and the city before it
オーダ
hits.
ー、ここのオーダーね。OED ね
It's。much easier to get into the order than to leave. Give the slightest hint of it. You've signed your death warrant. I need somebody to get me out of the city on the quiet. And that's not an
そ
easy
ん
thing
な
these
死にます
days,
か。
my friend.
I've no idea how to help you with that.
Ain't you a detective? There are people in the city, smugglers, who know what to do. Find them. That's how you can help. See, I've heard whispers about ads in the newspaper. A new ad every week, talking about Salvation Harbor. Maybe start there.
All right, fine. I'll look into it. But your lead on the professor had better be worth it.
I know where they've got her. I can get you there. You just find me a way out fast, or I might be too dead to be any use to you.
しゃあね。はい、あと報告します。お父さん。
I know who's behind Professor Doe's kidnapping. It's an organization called the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Most of them stick to the fish market, but they seem to have agents everywhere. Even the university.
まあもう完全にクトゥルフ信仰の教団ってことですね。ちょっとスラブさんにも
Actually, most of the EOD members I
言う
met
と
were
くか。
locals. And for what it's worth, the only Innsmouther I spoke to was a nice guy. You ought to examine your
ダリルいいや
prejudices.
つでしたか
Are
ね。
you calling me a bigot, Reed?
Robert, listen.
偏屈
Something
の
needs to change. You
ゆっ
holding
く
a
り諭
grudge
す。
against Innsmouthers ain't making anything better for anyone. Those who fan the flames of hatred always end up burnt in the end.
They killed my son, for Kay's sake.
I know.
でも
But
ね
what、did you do to prevent it? You made yourself their enemy instead of helping them. What did you expect would happen? You chose to brand them newcomers
やっ
and
たらや
leave
り
them
返
to
されて、
suffer
やり
just like
返
you
され
did
たり
with
やり
me.
直して。
The only difference is that I'm useful to you. No wonder desperate Innsmouthers would seek refuge from a radical organization like the EOD. They had nowhere else to
ちょっ
turn.
と怒ってるじゃん。
I shall think about what you've said.
Back to
ま
business.
あ、それとす
I'll continue my search for Professor Doe. I have a promising lead. You have anything else to tell me?
Your task remains the same. Find Harriet and
ラ
bring
ジャ
her
ーで
back. You
す。
say we are dealing with an entire organization.
お
Well,
ーい。
I have something for you that might help our cause should things take a turn. Now leave. I've heard enough from you.
散弾銃だ。
I'm
新
not
し
in
い
the mood for chit-chat, Mr. Reed.
はい。では次回はこの続き。3つ目が終わったんで、父と息子、新しい事件からやっていきます。それでは、おやすみなさい。